First question, we want to know, how, in your perspective, was this season this year?
I think it was a success, number one, because the girls actually improved from the beginning till the end. And even though the score didn't show it, we had great matches. We just didn't end up winning. So yeah. I think they did a very good job.
Yeah. And compared to last year, was this season an improvement compared to last year? You talk about that a little bit.
Sure. As far as an improvement, absolutely. These girls, with women's teams, it's sometimes it's very dramatic, so it's a little hard. So what's important is that these girls have to communicate. And the freshmen that I had coming in, along with my sophomores and juniors and seniors, they helped push the freshmen along the way, and there wasn't hardly any drama at all, at least any that I knew of. Yeah. So that really does help.
Yeah, talking about the seniors, you had only 2 on your team this year, so you're losing 2 players. What did they mean to the team, like leadership-wise?
Well, Susan Bodkins is my senior. She's been here for 4 years, my senior setter, and she has done an absolute fabulous job. Her demeanor towards the girls improved so much. She really improved with the girls. And Kristen actually is going to be coming back next year for a 5th year. So it was only Susan. But Susan was my primary setter, and she's going to be missed. If I had 1 more year with her, it would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, only having 2 seniors, there was a young nucleus of the team, and you're going to have all these players returning, including Kristen. Do you see them meshing right off the bat next year and moving this team forward?
Oh, absolutely. I think when you have experience and you have kids coming back each year, no matter what, they're going to get better. And with the kids that are coming in, to help the program, the kids that are here are going to be leading the way. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Now, talking about coming in, a big part of college sports, and I'm sure it's a big part of volleyball, is recruiting. When do you start the recruiting process, and how does that happen? Like, how does recruiting work for volleyball?
As far as the recruiting goes, it never stops.
Yeah.
It's a year-round basis. Our teams play college. Everybody plays in the fall.
Yeah.
So it's a little hard to go and watch schools play when you're in your season. But as far as they have club teams now. They have different things where you can go and watch 50 of the top girls go play. So with recruiting, from the volleyball standpoint, it's just a matter of finding out where these kids are, where they're coming from. We are actually with the program called Front Rush, which is a recruiting company that is going to help us out a lot.
Sticking with recruiting now, notice that most of the team is from upstate here in the Plattsburgh area. Do you start in the Plattsburgh area recruiting-wise and then work your way out, and like how far out, like downstate or in other states, do you go for finding players?
Well, it was just the luck of the draw that I got so many kids from here. Volleyball up here is played in the fall, or winter. So, I'll have a chance to go and look at them then, because I'm also a high school official. So, but as far as going to other places, like I said, with club teams, you got all these girls together in a section, and so they play at a school. And I've gone down to Long Island, I've gone down to New Jersey. We have international kids. Obviously, I can't go over there because of the budget. But, if I see a kid that I think is going to help us and she's very interested in coming here, then I'm going to do all I can to get her here. Yeah.
And on the luck of the draw, how rare is it to get an international student to come over and just play volleyball, not only in Plattsburgh up here, but in just United States, in general?
Well, Plattsburgh is a very big international school, as you know. Yeah. So when admissions have these kids come and they have a certain survey, like what they're interested in as far as sports or any type of classes or anything, like if they're interested in volleyball, then they would contact me, and then I would go ahead and see, exactly where they're from, what they're doing, and they would be interested in trying out. And as far, I mean, we're an hour away from Canada.
Yeah.
You know, so up there to recruit is a good thing too.
And coming in with the new players coming in, when does the practice for the next season really get underway?
Well, we have what you call a non-traditional practice, where our season is in the fall. That's our true season. But then we have an off season, which is in the spring, and that lasts for 5 weeks.
Okay.
And so when I do this, I work really hard on the kids' individual skills, and I bring them up to date and making sure that, you know, this is what they're going to have to do throughout the summer and whatnot. But as far as the season starts, they come in the week before school starts.
Oh, all right. Is the way you're talking about the off-season practice, is it broken up and the new players coming at one point, and then the kids that are, the women that are already on the team, they come in, or they all at a certain point, or is everyone that's on the team for next year come in at the same time?
Well, everybody has to try out.
Yeah.
Regardless. So, you know, it depends on how you are during the summertime, if you're in shape, if you're ready to play, if you're going to be committed. During the non-traditional, though, I go by what position they play. So, say for instance, I have Chelsea Barron is a libero, then I have another 2 or 3 of them as a libero, so I bring them in for an hour and I work specifically with them. And then maybe the next hour we'll have a team practice so that they get more repetitions.
Now, talking about the different positions, I know I'm not very knowledgeable in volleyball. I know the spikes and the digs and stuff, but like when you say libero, what position is that mainly?
A libero is a defensive specialist. They can actually go in the back row and play anywhere, and they can serve for one person as long as they stay in that same position and serve. But if, you know, we're having problems with somebody passing, the libero can go in for anybody in the back row.
Oh, so they can rotate no matter what.
No matter what. It doesn't count as a substitution as well.
Oh, okay. Is there, when on different points when a point is scored, and is there rotations, or does everyone stay in the same spot throughout the whole game?
Well, with volleyball, it's a 6-man rotation, and you actually go clockwise, and everybody has to rotate to a position, and it depends on what position that you play is where you're going to play at. At the lower levels, you know, they just want to put kids in there and start out with the basics. But it would be very, very informative if when these kids come in for college that they know exactly what a 5-1 or a 6-2 is. So it's if you've never played volleyball, it is pretty complicated.
Yeah. I know. I only play volleyball in like gym class, and they never told us about any of this. But how going back to recruiting, do you just fill the slots, like if say 1 or 2 people leave, do you only recruit like 2 people, or do you always recruit like a surplus of players?
If I am looking for a middle hitter, and my other middle hitter is a senior, I'm going to recruit a freshman to come in so that they can get the experience and watch what my senior hitter does. So you don't want to wait to recruit and, okay, I got 6 seniors, so I'll recruit next year. No, you always want to try to be ahead and try to recruit. You know, if I need 2 outside hitters, then I'm going to go for 2 outside hitters. You know, I have Susan was my senior setter, but you know, I have couple more setters that are here now that are going to be playing because they have experience. Yeah,
they've been in the mix for a couple of years. Final question: how do you see next season going, record-wise and talent-wise, and just overall team chemistry?
Well, I think our last game, which was at Skidmore, we had played absolutely phenomenal. It was against Montclair. We beat them in 3, which Montclair lost to Skidmore in 5. And they just absolutely just said, you know what, they're not going to hold anything back. And they did an absolute wonderful job. And if they would have played like that during the entire season, it would have been a different story with Zodiacs. So I think, you know, we got these kids now that are going to be committed and dedicated, and they know what they need to do to get the job done, because you can't just work out during the season. It's a huge commitment. You have to work out during the off season. You got to play at least a little bit, you know, especially at this level. So I'm very excited for next year.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.